up and start.
Good.
This is one of my favorite houses coming up. It says Major lived in that house, and it says that they all survived. It's one of my favorite houses. Or the ones that say we are all okay. Prime example of how houses are still standing.
There's a new roof for that one.
And shingles are going on, and next to them is houses that are devastated. High school, church building lot.
Oh no, the church was this big brown patch over here.
Well, yeah.
It wasn't our church, it was the church next door to us because it had a cross on it.
Okay.
There's our church lot. They've cleaned up.
I think it's amazing that they're already starting to like.
Oh, it was crazy.
And
Already cleaned up.
you can still see it right there. You can still see the church steeple of the
Hey,
other
pal,
church in
all
the
your pictures
parking lot.
on.
Well,
Your principal told me. Or no, it wasn't your principal. One of your teachers was telling me that. Not one. I don't think she's your teacher, but one of the teachers out there.
Well, you said that class was on the second floor.
big
It's nice being able to drive like normal speeds through.
I know. Seriously. Dylan's.
As well as.
Temporary Dylan's Pharmacy.
Where the missionaries lived was over there.
Not in those
Others, did you ever
apartments,
see where the missionaries lived?
Yeah.
So the missionaries were in. See these white buildings right here?
Yeah.
Behind those white buildings was the elder's apartment. And if you look over through the trees, you can kind of see the building with like, you can see the roof on it. They got, look, they put shingles on it, tarp on a little bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
The missionaries were a few homes behind that. And it was fine. It was like the tornado went, shrunk up, and then opened right back up right after it got past the home they were in.
I think it was Elder Fox that was showing me a picture of a house where the wind had basically picked up the roof, like ripped it out of the nails on. So they picked up the roof, but didn't rip it off the house. It just picked it up, but it sucked the curtains outside where the roof had come off, and then the winds kind of went away and dropped the house back down. So the curtains were hanging up underneath the roof, in between the
Really?
wall and the roof, and it was just sitting there outside the building.
That's
That was surprising.
insane.
I wonder what they're looking at today.
Well, and the interesting thing about the missionaries is that they were upstairs.
Yeah.
That they didn't realize you go to the lowest floor. They were just going to the room with no windows, which was upstairs. So, with the family that they were with.
Who were they with?
The Maxwells.
I think you see a lot of these houses that were built under like that.
Just
concrete and rock on the walls.
that like
This
around
house
that?
yesterday, we went to
was
that
funny.
house yesterday and they let the homeowner like rip apart one of the walls. This lady was in the excavator. It was awesome. And now the house is not there anymore.
She was having a blast.
She was like, what do I do? She's all shaking the whole house because she had a hold of one wall. It was awesome.
She was like, all like, oh.
God knows, God cares, and He has already worked. This was
Like a gas station.
Chick-fil-A's down there, and then
A
there
car
was a car dealership, and then there was
Tacomas were destroyed.
That's gotta be a big, big expense to have a car dealership destroyed.
then
Well,
there's
they said there were 8,000 homes that were lost, 500 businesses, and the thing is that those 8,000 homes, now you have 8,000 cars that need to be replaced.
Yeah.
So I was talking to a guy who works down there, and he said that they, all the car dealerships around here, they all took 3 cars off their lots and shipped them up here, so then they have cars up here. Because one of the major lots was that Toyota lot, and then down a little bit from it, I don't know how much damage they got, was it was like a Mercedes.
Fletcher?
Yeah, Fletcher, but Fletcher has like 4 different lots here in town, and 2 of their lots were destroyed.
Wow. I wonder how much.
Well,
they
the cars
ran
were total.
Total of damage. Done.
Oh, I
How much that would be.
billions
No
of
idea,
dollars.
sure.
Oh, of just the car lots?
Oh no, of everything.
Oh,
See,
billions.
Theirs was Academy Sports. On the hill behind it, they've torn it down, but Walmart was behind that. And
Academy
Home
Sports.
Depot.
I like how it makes me laugh that Home Depot put up a tent.
See, I feel bummed.
Home
'cause I know
Depot
in
put
Home
up a
Depot,
tent.
I know there's tools on all that trash over there. Just breaks my heart. See them all gone.
Can't get beat up by Lowe's.
That was the Home Depot lot, but they've already cleared it out. In fact, right there, the what is it called where the trucks come in?
Oh, the loading dock?
The loading dock. The doors were still there and everything. I decided if ever there was a tornado and I was in a big store, I'd go to the loading dock. Because Walmart's and Home Depot's were still standing after the tornado.
See, in this big field over here, this big green one, there was crap out there, there were cars piled up out there, junk piled up out there, roof, sheet metal.
The little Sylvester
Drywall.
boy, when they were walking, because when the Warps went to go get the Sylvesters, they had to park at Walmart and walk like the 3 miles to their house. And on the way back, the little Sylvester boy was like, "Where's all the cows that were in that field?"
I don't know that cows.
Yeah, there was cows in that field right there. And afterwards, there weren't any more cows.
We were cleaning up the park yesterday and we found a sacrament cup just sitting right
Did you really?
there. Yeah.
I found Walmart was there and down this road about another mile. We were helping clean up, and I was putting stuff on a burn pile. Oh, they're not gonna let us go down.
You just got a sweet talk.
Oh, we might have to turn around. I was hoping to go down in 32nd.
You might be able to go in a roundabout way, or just do the roundabout all the way around.
Yeah, it's just gonna take too long for me to go.
Right over here, there was a cell phone tower. I think that one is replacing it, that was actually bent in an arc. Just bent in an arc.